Boudica, queen of the British Iceni tribe in early AD years, fought fiercely against the enormous, invincible Roman Empire after the death of her husband and infiltration of her land. She staged a revolt against the Romans, and leading what could be considered a handful of soldiers compared to Rome's massive army, burned and destroyed the new Roman city of Londinium with massive casualties. Though Boudica would eventually be overtaken by the Romans, her status as a legendary military leader should never be forgotten. Sisters Trung Truc and Trung Ni were Vietnamese royalty in the era of the Chinese Han Dynasty, who managed to live peacefully under Chinese rulers until 39 AD, when Trac's husband was killed and she was assaulted. Infuriated, the Trung sisters rallied together an army of almost 80,000 soldiers and drafted 36 women generals to fight back against their Chinese overlords. Even their own mother enlisted to fight after a number of battles, and one occasion of warrior Feng Ti-chin giving birth on the battlefield only to continue fighting minutes after. The Trung sisters were eventually defeated, despite having taken a large chunk out of the Chinese army. Ya Asantewa, the Edweso region's queen mother and leader of the Asante, fought politically and personally against British rule in the late 19th century. After the exile of her husband and multiple attempts to persuade the British to leave, Ya led an army of over 4,000 soldiers to attack the British fort at Kumasi for 3 months. Ya, a woman in her 70s at the time, fought so fiercely with her army that the British were nearly defeated and had to call in for reinforcements from Nigeria. Ya was eventually beaten and sentenced to exile, where she died at the age of 90. In 1830, Emilia Platter, a Polish countess with harsh disdain for Russia, used her own money to finance an army of 500 soldiers in an effort to fight during the Warsaw Insurrection. She fought the Russian Horse Patrol, defeated Russian infantry, and eventually took over the enemy town of Gesiorossi. After the fierce battles of Kauno and Szal, Platter was given the official title of captain and proceeded to fight until a sudden illness took her life in December of 1831. Margarita Neri, a Dutch Maya woman fighting in the Mexican Revolution in 1910, led armies composed of both men and women against dictator Porfirio Diaz Mori. Neri led devastating attacks from Tabasco to Chiapas that rarely left any survivors, and her tactics were considered so brutal that upon approaching the governor of Guerrero's town, the political official hid and fled in a crate so as not to come under Neri's wrath. Neri continued fighting battles, vowing she would not be satisfied until she had taken dictator Mori's head from his shoulders herself.